Section 49 of the Endeavour Journal of Sir Joseph Banks. Journal from 25 August 1768 to 12 July 1771 by Joseph Banks. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Gail Timmerman Vaughan. Section 49. September 1770, Part 4. 1770, September 21. Notwithstanding our friend, Mr. Lange, invited us very kindly last night to come ashore again in the morn, and we saw divers jars of syrup and sheep, etc., waiting for us upon the beach, a sure sign that the Rajah's prohibition was not intended to prejudice trade in the least. We, who had now got plenty of all the refreshments which the isle afforded, thought it most prudent to weigh and sail directly for Batavia, all our fears of westerly wind being dissipated by Mr. Lange's assuring us that the easterly monsoon would prevail for 2 months longer. Accordingly we did so, and soon passed by the small island lying to the west about a league from Savu. Its name has been unluckily forgot, Pulau Samiri, or something like it may be. On the evening a small island was in sight to the southward, trade rather slack. One of the buffaloes who was killed weighed only 166 pounds, which was a great drawback on our expectations, who thought that even that, though the least of our stock, would not weigh less than 300 pounds. 1770, September 22. Still but little wind. Many very large albacores were leaping about the ship at night. Some boobies, but none were fools enough to settle on the rigging. 1770, September 23. Weather, boobies, and albacores, much as yesterday. These light winds, which would have been almost intolerable to empty stomachs, sat pretty easily on our full ones. 1770, September 24. Breeze freshening by very gradual degrees, together with a long swell heaving in from the southward. Sure sign that there was now no more land to interrupt us in that direction. Was an agreeable subject of conversation. Infinite flying fish and boobies. Some gannets seen. 1770, September 25. Trade, fish, gannets, boobies, and conversation, much as yesterday. 1770, September 26. Trade rather slacker than it had been. Eat today a buttock of buffalo, which has been 4 days in salt. It eats so well and had so thoroughly taken salt that it was resolved to salt meat for the ship's company when our biggest buffaloes, who would weigh above 300 pounds, were killed. 1770, September 27. Trade fresher and more to the south. Men-of-war birds, gannets, and black shearwaters in abundance. 1770, September 28. Squally in the night with rain, and fine fresh trade shoved us on merrily. Our beef experiment was this day tried and succeeded, but scurvily. The meat, which had been killed on the 26th, was not salted till cold. It hardly stunk. The outside, which had been in absolute contact with the salt, was quite good, but under that, which formed a crust of various thickness, the meat was in a wonderful manner corrupted. It looked well, but every fibre was destroyed, and dissolved so that the whole was a paste of the consistency of soft putty, yet this hardly stunk. Some gannets and man-of-war birds were about the ship. 1770, September 29. Fresh trade. More gannets and man-of-war birds than usual were seen, and one tropic bird which seemed to be of a brownish or buff colour, but stayed a very short time about the ship. 1770, September 30. 2 more buff-coloured tropic birds were about the ship in the morn, in company with a white one, which was at least 1/3 larger than they were. From thence I am inclined to think that they may be the Paillon Fauve of Brisson, volume 6, page 489, and really a distinct species. Besides these, many birds were about the ship, man-of-war, boobies, gannets, etc., who all flew nearer the ship and showed less fear of her than usual. In the eve many very small whitish birds were seen, which flew in flocks. We had all this day stood in directly for the land, yet night came, and though many had seen capes and headlands in the air, yet no real land was seen, which made us rather uneasy, as we had great reason to suppose that we had overshot the mouth of the straits. No very agreeable idea. We had made 15 degrees 30 minutes of longitude from the south end of Timor, and thought ourselves quite safe, as La Neptune Oriental makes the difference to be 18 degrees 40 minutes. Yet, when we recollect that our countryman Dampier makes only 14 degrees, we had reason to be uneasy. So at sunset we clapped close upon a wind in order to make the best of our bargain, howsoever it may turn out. End of section 49. End of September 1770. Part 4.